Attention. 3, 2, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We're reaching for the top, and we'll never fall below. I do my hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? My hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Let's go.
Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing? Please forgive us for the late start. We had some technical difficulties. As of right now, you can see I am on. I am your girl, Kay. You can see my other counterpart currently logged in, but she is currently going through the airport at this moment. My girl, E.
And I'm hungry. And I'm trying to find some food, but I don't want Burger King.
And Q will be joining us shortly, just as soon as she gets settled. So we want to know who's logged in, who's listening, who's watching. We have a great topic for tonight. We're hoping you all chime in, join in, and give us your feedback and your comments. Ish, do you want to update us on what's going on? I know you're traveling, so yesterday was the big game with UCF versus Colorado.
I don't even know why they call that a big game. We gotta ask you. Excuse me. But yeah, them people beat us real bad, and I don't like that. And it's not good. But apparently we worse. So yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. So we have
but before we do go on, we do need to send a special RIP to one of Dillard's former cheerleaders, Ashanti Smith. She passed this morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't know of what, but definitely send some love out to the class of anyone that cheered with that class of 2020, and the Dillard family. It kind of me because I actually coached her when she cheered at Lauderdale Lakes. Her little brother played football with Najee, so the family is, something I've connected with in the past. So it kind of touched the little spot.
That's definitely understandable. So we do have a comment from Ashley. Is it Pelagia? She said, when is the next Toe Touch Tuesday? The winner last time was amazing.
Listen, I do them, but I like to do them, and we don't have much, I guess you could say,
submission
feedback or submission and stuff like that, and it gets repetitive. So I'm trying to give it some time before I do another one, but
sit out a little bit.
I'll do it this week, maybe.
Awesome. I do have a submission for Tuck Tuesday, by the way. So, okay, so we'll go ahead and
hungry.
Wait, what?
I'm trying to find something to eat, and I don't have the food places to eat. So the snacks, I might as well wait till I get home to get a whole meal, because they the price of a whole meal. I don't want none of this stuff. I'm gonna get on my plane.
All right, so be that as it may, so the hot topic for today, which we tabled back from last week, is coaching qualifications for high school cheer coaches. So does anybody have any feedback, any comments as to what you think the qualification should be when it comes to coaching for a high school cheer program? What do you think that person should know? What do you think that coach should bring to the table? What specific things do you think that this coach should bring to the table when applying for that job?
In other words, if you are on the hiring panel, what would you be looking for in a high school cheer coach?
So In my opinion, I've always wondered, what qualifications are looked at when they are picking a high school coach, because I've seen some high school coaches and I'm kind of sketchy as to how the person was chosen. Sometimes I wonder if the person is just chosen because the person is on campus and could keep up with the girls at that moment or could monitor behavior in that moment. So I'm wondering if that plays a major factor in high school coaches, because I know sometimes they like for people to be on campus, but when it comes to the benefit of the cheer program, is that really beneficial to just choose somebody because they're on campus? Is my question. I don't know, Ish. What do you think? You're muted.
I know, I realized that after the fact. I say it's kind of a catch-22 because a lot of good cheer coaches are not on campus, and you do need someone on campus to monitor them, but that's not always the best fit. So I don't know about that. Give me a second. I'll give you my qualifications. Give me a second. Look at some comments.
I see our girl Lonnie Hound says definitely a coach with cheer knowledge. So when we say, Lonnie, when we say cheer knowledge, what exactly are we referring to? Because you have some people who think that cheer knowledge is can be something totally different than what a natural born cheerleader may entail. Some people leadership could choose somebody with cheer knowledge just because they know about sideline cheer, or the fact that they know what's the word I'm looking for, or maybe they've cheered before in one form of their life, but that doesn't necessarily mean they know how to coach. I don't think they should just choose, but some schools won't have a program, but putting just anyone, in my opinion, won't go well. So I totally agree with you, Lonnie, on that point, but I do realize that's what a lot of schools do. A lot of them just choose somebody just to have a program in general, but my my question is, does that really help the benefit of the program with just choosing somebody just to have a program in general? Does that really benefit the girls who look forward to cheering or those who want to compete? Does it really help them if that person has absolutely no knowledge of the competitive world or the spirit world whatsoever, and they just think it's just a sport where a girl just wears skirts? I'm asking everybody to chime in. Unfortunately, my counterparts are traveling, so I'm kind of here by myself right now at the moment. So I would love to chat with you all. Isha's coming in and out. Q will be coming in shortly. But we want to interact with you guys. You guys asked us to table this conversation. So let's have this conversation, whether you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Comment, chime in, let us know your thoughts. We are open to all opinions. For
Hey,
competitive cheer, no, the coach should have cheer knowledge, should not be somebody that they just pick on campus, but for sideline, maybe. Hello, Ruben. It's great to see you. I know Ruben
you can hear me?
got in.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I feel like when people say cheer knowledge, you have to be specific. Like you can have cheer knowledge, and it could be cheer knowledge from 1978. Do
Wait,
you
what?
have
You
cheer
really
knowledge?
far back?
Huh?
You really went that far back?
Okay, it was a number, but it's still old cheer knowledge. Um, but you need current cheer knowledge, and if you don't have current cheer knowledge, you need to be open to getting current cheer knowledge. I think that's one of the biggest issues in any sport is not being current and up to date with what's going on right now. So as far as what I think qualifications should be, it has to be somebody that is a natural born leader. You can't just know how to cheer um, and not be able to lead. You have to be organized because there's a lot of paperwork that goes with it, a lot of dates that you need to know and understand. You have to build a staff that, well, you have to have the ability to build a staff that is going to align with what you need. And when I say align with, it doesn't necessarily mean be your yes man. Um, do you hear my background?
No.
Good. Um, so not necessarily to be a yes man, but to compliment you. So maybe my strength is words. Your
Mhm.
strength needs to be stunt. Then somebody else's strength needs to be jumps. Then somebody else's strength needs to be clean. And then if we got somebody that's short on that, then we need to bring somebody in, maybe in choreography, to be able to help us with those things. For somebody on the outside that's okay with volunteering their time to do those things. But you have to have an open minded person as well, because you got people that are kind of stuck in their ways. Um, they don't want to be open to anything new, even though they may have current knowledge. But this sport is ever changing. It's ever changing. So you got to be open minded to continue to learn what's going to happen in the sport. So how do you find this out in the interview? I have no idea. But
The person that's interviewing would have to know these types of things to ask these types of questions, because then that goes back to whether or not the person interviewing actually has been paying attention to the cheer world and how it's changed recently from the get-go.
right, and that's why, going back to what we talked about last season, I mean not last season, last episode, with that booster squad and them being kind of the end all be all to the hiring and the firing of coaches, because they are more versed than an athletic director or a principal or an administrator at a school. They know what it takes to be a cheer coach, or what they would want in a cheer coach for that team. So yeah.
I agree. Lonnie states she's not gonna lie. She was self-taught for competitive cheer. She feel like there isn't enough classes around to actually teach what competitive cheer comes with. So that's another topic that we talked about in previous episodes. I don't know I think it was last season where we talked about coaches that have been in the competitive cheer world for an extended amount of time. Are they offering workshops, or is the state offering workshops to help incoming new coaches with what competitive cheer is looking for? Because I remember we were stating that some people become high school cheer coaches and just kind of get thrown into it with no idea of how competitive cheer works. And then they end up finding out once they start competing. That's
Well,
the crazy about
I
it.
don't think you'll ever find a class
Yeah.
to help with that. I think everybody's more so self-taught. They've been around it for a while. They started on the lower level and kind of built themselves up. They watched it. They, studied it on their own. So I think that's kind of where everybody is. But again, you still have to be open to continue to do that research, not just when you get started, but forever till you're done with it, really.
So Ruben brought up a valid point. That's why new coaches need to link up with seasoned coaches. And I agree, but sometimes seasoned coaches are not as welcoming as new coaches would want them to be. I remember us talking about that before, where you have some people that, not all seasoned coaches, but you have some that feel a little threatened and don't want to help nobody, with the fear of this new person coming in and learning what you taught them and then kind of superseding what you have going on. I hate that some people have that mindset, and some seasoned coaches aren't as welcoming as they could be. They're a little uh what's the word I'm looking for? They're a little closed off, as a nice way of saying it. They're a little closed off with helping people. So it's like, who else can these new coaches turn to if the season coaches aren't really helping the way that they should? Because somebody had to help them at one point. Everything they did was not self-taught.
I mean, granted, I get that, and again, I'm gonna play devil's advocate
Hmm.
because a lot of times when the new coaches come in, they would like to get that assistance during the season. And if I'm in season, I'm worrying about my own team. I can't worry about my team anything. Um, is it okay? I get it, but it's not necessarily okay. Like a phone conversation, an hour phone conversation, maybe once a week,
Hmm.
it's sufficient, I think, to help a new coach along. Unless they just know absolutely nothing, and if they know absolutely nothing, then they shouldn't be coaching anyway. Not on that level. What if they know nothing about cheer? They should not be coaching at a high school.
Well, we talked about that. That we definitely did talk about that. But some people really do get thrown into the coaching position. So do we neglect that person when they're being thrown in? I'm just playing.
No. What I'm saying is like our conversation a week with a vet coach should be sufficient to get a coach that is maybe new to the high school to get them through the season. But if they need more than an hour, that means they probably don't know enough to be on the high school level. I'm not saying that, you know, it's not other circumstances that happen where, coaches get put in, but it ain't much a person can do in the season for them people that don't know nothing. It's not. So if you know you're gonna take a team well before the season starts and you know absolutely nothing, that's your time in the off season to get all the millions of 2 hour, 3 hour conversations because veteran coaches don't have time. If they're a vet, 9 times out of ten, they're one or two things. They're good and they're trying to keep that top spot, or they weren't good and they're trying to be good. So you got to be courteous to them and allow them to do their job at their school and not just sit and talk to you all the time. Because even in my time as a coach, my time, I'm still coaching. I'm trying to figure out, okay, I didn't like this formation. What formation can I change it to? I didn't like that stunt. What stunt can I change it to? Okay, we're bobbling here. How can I fix that? And then how can I fix that? So my mind is worried about my team. I can't give you all my free time.
So Ruben agrees with you, of course. He says that he agrees with you. And Lonnie states cheer resources aren't as broad as other sports, football, basketball, etc., especially in Dade County. So my question, so here's I guess my question would now be if I'm talking to veteran coaches and I've never competed, but I got thrown into this position. I get it. I could talk to somebody for an hour, but do you feel like it is fair for administration of a school to throw a coach into a position and then expect them to compete when they know nothing about it? Because
I
that's what
mean,
happens.
it's not, but that's not a vet coach's problem. That's not
Correct.
somebody else's problem. That's that school's problem. That's that coach's problem. It's not somebody else's problem.
So how do we, as we talk about building a community as a cheer community? So how does the cheer community grow if we don't help one another?
No, it's not saying that you don't help. What I'm saying is I can't give you all my time because I gotta do it myself. I can't give you all of my time. I'll give you some of my time, but I can't give you all of it. And you have to be okay with that.
Well, this is a major concern. Because I wonder if there is a way to provide these coaches with resources to help them as coaches and grow as coaches as far as cheer programs are concerned. Um,
Yeah, in off season, the people that you want to talk to, those veteran coaches that you would like to talk to, you have to do it during off season. If
but
you
you got
want
some
to,
people that when they in the off season, they don't even want to talk, not talk cheer,
well,
enjoy their break, or so as they so
true,
eloquently.
but if we're talking about building a community, but that would be the best time to do it in the off season. Okay, let's take a day and let's sit and look at my last year's routine. This is, and look at my score sheets. This is what I have. This is what I got going on. Help me figure this out. Like, I think you will get more feedback in the off season than you would during the season because I have more time to focus on you and your things and not my things.
I'm sorry. So, Lonnie says even FHSAA doesn't give resources. Ruben says yes, it's called. I'm guessing this is my answer to my question as far as resources. It's called UCA NCA. Let the school pay for it. Ruben, now you know some schools ain't paying for that. And then Lonnie says some people send you a PowerPoint and tell you to have a good day. So, Lonnie, my question to you is, what type of resources would be beneficial? She talking about they sent her a PowerPoint. That tickles me. What kind of resources or anybody watching chime in and let us know what type of resources do you think that coaches could benefit from? What type of classes do you think that they could benefit from more than just a PowerPoint telling you to have a nice day? Oh, that tickled me. I'm sorry, but that tickled me. But I would love to, we would love to know maybe there's a way for us to help and bridge the gap with some resources, so to speak. Um, are the That's the one thing I noticed on the FHSAA website. I always thought that it might be beneficial for coaches to watch old cheer competitions from state, but it's a little tough to watch without the music.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them be on YouTube. For the most part, our rules are the same kind of across the board because we use the, what is it, the NFHS rules
Mhm.
and regulations. So I would say go look at other competitions on YouTube and stuff like that. Um, that's a way of tackling it. Yeah. Also, listen to us.
Now that's a nice commercial to just slide on.
Listen to us. I mean, we don't know everything, but we know a lot.
Lonnie, you say in-person workshops. Are there specific topics you would like to be covered? We, if possible, we would love to cover them on here if at all possible. Possibly reach out to some resources for all those coaches to kind of chime in, watch, and listen to everything. I still want to get a judge on the show. I really would.
I would
Um,
love to get a judge on the show. What was our next topic for today?
um, it was. I think it was. Can an optimist coach switch to high school?
Oh yeah, we were talking about basically level changes. Can an Artemis
Yeah,
coach do high school? Can a high school coach do college? Can either of them go all star? Um, you don't hear the people in the background, do you?
can that person level up to the next level?
Right.
Um,
It's possible.
I
I've
think
seen it
I've
done.
seen it happen, but it depends on where that person is coming from as far as optimist to high school. It depends on what optimist level that person is coming from. Um, or what league that person is coming from. Because I noticed that some leagues are completely different when it comes to optimists moving forward. Uh, but
I don't
I
think it matters. I think more so what matters is the mindset of the person. I think because remember when you look at the parts around the US, I
hmm
think on average, most of them suck. The parks around the US when it comes to cheer, most of them suck. Um, so when you're talking about somebody coming from the park to high school, I don't think all these people just came, okay, I just graduated from college. I cheered, and now I'm coaching high school. I think some of these people did come from the park. And like I said, most of the parks are not good, and some have been successful on a high school level. So I think it's the mindset, the open mindset of being ready to just adjust to your new settings, adjust to your new environment, and doing what it takes to win or to be better. Because some people stuck in their ways and they still want to do what they did to win on that lower level and it not work.
So when you say not, can you like somewhat when you say not good? Because the reason why I say that is because you have some parts that feel like they are good and good enough to go to high school. There's nothing wrong with that mindset, but at the same time, the difference in because some people I'll say this because some people do compete at competitions and some of those competitions do have the same rules as high school or all-star. They feel as though they are justified to do the same thing. So therefore, is there a major difference as far as the routines and things in which they are creating for high school that they've done at Optimus level?
When I say not good, I mean, if you on 13U and you struggling to put up a half or a front, that's not good. If your emotions still look like you're on super period, that's not good. Um,
But I
if
think
you cheer in a league that don't do stunting, period, that's not good.
a lot of the Optimus parks don't focus on foundation. I think a lot of them focus on just completing the routine, if that makes sense.
I mean, we know that that's the issue because we have a lot of people that's coaching for free who don't really have the skill set to coach, but they're doing it, and that's all we got to work with. So yes, that's exactly what it is. However, don't come with the mindset, oh, because I won on the part that I could go to high school or any other level, and I'm going to be okay because that don't mean that because it the part cheer or rec cheer is not that good universally.
I don't
So
watch
you ready
I
to
don't
step it up.
Optimus. I don't watch a lot of Optimus teams to know. Uh I gave that up so long ago. And I haven't watched any recently, but I do know that a lot of the Optimist cheerleaders that we've seen, they struggle a lot transitioning into high school as far as cheering is concerned. Their emotions are not as strong as they should be, especially in their stunting is uh, I think they focus more so when it comes to stunting. I think they just focus on putting it up and not teaching. Some coaches do teach the proper way of putting up a stunt. Some just focus on getting the stunt up by any means necessary, which can be a downfall moving into high school. When they transition into learning how to do it properly, they struggle with it a whole lot as far as going to cheer camp is concerned. Um, I would love some of our listeners to kind of chime in and what you've noticed. Um, do you think that it's the same issue as far as high school transitioning into all star? Do you think that some of those high school cheerleaders struggle with transitioning into all star because of the same thing? Do you think high school has the same foundational concerns of high school that that high school has of optimist level?
All right, y'all. Well, y'all, I gotta go. Go to the so we about to take off soon.
Not a problem. So we'll table this conversation for another day because it's just me. So, with that being said, we're going to end. I hate to do this to you guys. We're going to end this stream for the night and we will see you all next week. We have big news coming up
Yeah.
in the upcoming weeks. So, be on the lookout for that information. We thank you all for logging in.
And we
Although,
apologize because we had some technical difficulties. It was a lot
yeah,
going on. It
it
was a
was.
lot going on.
So we'll table the conversation to be continued with the level of cheerleading rising up as far as coaching is concerned and cheerleading foundation. And you're right. Optimist does lack overall technique. So with that being said, I bid you all adieu. And today is my birthday. So I am going to end the night. I am end my birthday with my family for the rest of the evening. See you on. Good night, everybody.